Hey guys again, it's me Blake, and here's the second video of our C++ programming. Now in our last video we learned the structure of a program, and in this video we're going to learn our first outlook on variables, how to declare them, and how to use them. So let's get started. Open your IDE from last time, and you should have this code on here. If you don't, go ahead and pause the video and get it down there, you should remember what all this is. Now, as you know, I'm going to hit build and run, and it's just going to say, all it's going to do is just tell me hello world, which honestly is not that important. I mean, it doesn't do anything. So, let's say we wanted to get into something a little different, where we could have like a user entering numbers in a name. So, first of all, we're going to type in enter a number. Now, like I said, everything inside of these quotation marks is going to be set. And so, last time we just looked at what the console was going to be saying. Now we're going to be looking at what you can put in there. So we're going to learn a new kind of keyword, basically, different than cout. Cout meaning console out. We're going to do CIN, meaning console input. The user is going to be doing the input. Now, this is pretty important. Do you see where cout has the less than symbols? You're going to do the exact opposite. You're going to put two of the greater than symbols. Going to do a space. But we don't know what we're entering. So it just says enter a number. So we need a way to tell the computer that, okay, we need to enter a number. And there's this thing called memory. And your computer has it. And you need to basically take some of that memory out aside, and we're going to type in int. That's how you're going to get that memory. Int is an integer. And anybody who has a basic understanding of algebra or something along that lines would know that an integer can be anything. It's like a variable. You're going to do int, and for now we're going to keep it simple and just type x. Yes, you can assign a value. We could go space equals, and we could give it like 6. Now, when the user types x, the console is going to say enter a number, and it should say 6. Oh, sorry, I forgot the semicolon at the end of the line. But it should say 6 underneath it. Enter a number. You're just going to be entering a number there. So basically that's all that is. It doesn't have too much meaning to it because it's not telling you what you entered. So basically what we're going to be doing is, okay, so let's get rid of that. So x. So this way you have an opportunity to enter your own number. So you see, enter a number, and you did. So I think that's pretty cool because this way you're actually interacting with the program for the first time. You can actually have the computer do something, or the console, I mean. But still, this isn't really a lot. I mean, you're returning the value 5, or you're putting in the value of 5. But what good does that do? It doesn't really do anything afterwards. So we're going to do cout, console out, and we're going to type the quotations mark and say you entered. Now I'm going to do a colon. Make sure this is inside the quotation marks and a space. And I'm going to do 2 less than symbols. Well, before that, this is something pretty important. If we want to say you entered x, because we don't know what x is, that could be any number that they decide to enter. Most programmers are going to say you entered x, but expect the value of x to be shown as what the user inputted, if that makes sense. But you can't do that. You have to do this. I guess you don't have to have the colon there, but I like to put it just because it keeps things a little neater, I guess. And we're going to do our less than symbols, and here's where you do x. Remember last time when I showed you you could have end L in there? Same thing. And line. Now, it's going to fill in directly after the colon, and it's going to be in between those two. So, let's build and run real quick. and it says enter number. Okay, so I'm going to enter the number 6. It's going to say you entered 6. That's pretty much all it's going to be doing. And that's your first look on variables. But here's something that a lot of people think they can do, though, which you can't. It means a numeric value, meaning integer, which is a number. You can't enter like a, because it does not know what a equals. Even if you declare it and you give it a value in your program, it's still going to not know what it equals, and it's going to give you a random number, which is called a garbage number. Now, you don't want to have that. So basically how you're going to fix that is another keyword. It's not integer. We cannot use integer. We have to use called char. It's short for character. Now, character is like a letter that you can put in, and this way it's not going to give you a random number. And let's say I do character X. But here's something important. It's called an array, and I'm just going to give you a very brief look on it because it's kind of complicated. You're going to have not a squiggly bracket, but just kind of a regular bracket. And, well, first of all, I'm going to show you what it does without it. So let's say I did that. And it's going to tell you to enter a number, which I didn't change, but pretend that says enter a name. And I said, like, Mackenzie, Mackenzie. You entered M, because remember how I said that it takes memory out and it uses that memory? Well, this word, Mackenzie, it takes up too much memory than what's there. So it's only going to display the first word, or the first letter, I mean, because there's not enough memory there to print the rest of it. So we're going to put that little straight bracket there, and let's type in 15. So this way, for some reason, it takes away 1, so even though I put in 15, it's only going to be 14. Now, this is the amount of memory that you have, that you took out. Now, each letter gets 1. It gets 1 little byte of memory. So now when I hit build and run, it's basically... Oh, boy. Okay. Well, for some reason, it's not letting me compile that, but... let's not get into that now in this video. Anyways, mostly because, like I said, it's a little too complicated. But you'd be able to take memory out like that, and you'd be able to declare it, and it would be able to print the whole entire thing. So thank you all for watching on our first outlook on variables, and next time I'll get more into the array, and we're probably going to look at adding some stuff, adding multiple integers together, and having some multiple statements, and just a few common problems that you have when you're dealing with C++ for the first time. So thank you for watching. Goodbye.